All right, settle in, buttercups, because today we are tearing down the rose-tinted glasses you've been wearing about your 20s. Seriously, everyone, and I mean everyone, from your well-meaning aunt to that random self-help guru on Instagram, paints this picture of your 20s as this glorious, boundless decade of freedom, fun, and finding yourself, right? They talk about adventures, late-night escapades, and figuring out your life's grand purpose. But what they conveniently forget to mention, what they sweep under the rug like a dirty secret, is that your 20s, my friends, are the most psychologically disorienting, financially stressful, and existentially challenging decade of your entire life. It is the first time you truly feel behind. Like everyone else has a secret manual you never received. You feel broke. I mean truly deeply, soul-crushingly broke. Wondering how you're supposed to afford rent and avocado toast. You feel alone. Even in a room full of people, like you're the only one who hasn't quite figured out this whole adulting thing. And then, with a swift kick to the gut, you realize nobody, not your parents, not your teachers, not even your overly enthusiastic cheerleading coach, is coming to save you. Today, I'm not here to sugarcoat anything. I'm breaking down 5 brutal truths, the kind that hit you like a ton of bricks, the kind that every single person eventually learns in their 20s. Whether they're ready for it or not, if you're currently in this chaotic, beautiful, infuriating phase of your life, do yourself a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, and let's get uncomfortable together. Because that is where the real growth happens. Brutal truth number 1. Nobody is coming to save you. Let that sink in for a second. Nobody. Your childhood illusion of safety, that warm, fuzzy blanket of parental protection. Poof, gone. Vanished into thin air. This is it, kid. You're on your own. I remember when I first moved out, fresh out of college, thinking, okay, this is freedom. This is the good life. Then my car broke down, and my first instinct was to call my mom, but then it hit me with the force of 1,000 suns. My mom isn't here. My dad isn't in the picture. It is just me. I had to figure it out. Personally, financially, emotionally. There is no teacher to give you an extension, no coach to guide your every step, no boss to hold your hand through a difficult project. It is just you, staring down the barrel of adult responsibilities. For some of you, this realization might have happened earlier. Maybe you grew up in a situation where you had to be independent from a young age. But for many, myself included, it is a real, often jarring realization that you are the captain of your own ship, sink or swim. And let me tell you, that victim mindset, the woe is me mentality, it becomes incredibly obvious and incredibly costly in your 20s. It is time to change that narrative. It is time to adopt a winner's mindset, men and women in their 20s. Hear me loud and clear. Personal accountability is not just a buzzword, it is your lifeline. This is your first real maturity shift. The moment you realize that if you don't do it, it simply won't happen. This is your time to step up, to take ownership, to become the hero of your own story. Because nobody else is applying for that job. Brutal truth. Number 2, you're probably broke, and it is your first real money stress. Money. The root of all anxiety in your 20s. Suddenly, you're not just buying snacks at the convenience store. You're paying real bills. Like adult bills. I remember looking at my first apartment rent, my car insurance, my phone bill, utilities. Every single penny felt like it was being ripped from my soul. Growing up, I never had to worry about that stuff. Sure, I worked a part-time job in high school, but it was just for pocket money, for the occasional movie ticket or concert. Now, it is for survival. It is for keeping a roof over my head and food in my fridge. I'm 25 now, and even with a decent income, the feeling of financial stress is real. You realize how much taxes destroy your paycheck, how every single dollar has 1,000 demands on it, and then there's the insidious beast known as lifestyle creep. You see everyone around you, or at least it seems that way, driving brand new cars, living in fancy apartments, taking extravagant vacations, and you think, man, I must be doing something wrong. You see your friends posting pictures with their brand new 2026 Toyota Tundras, or showing off their dream homes. But what you don't see, what they carefully omit from their perfectly curated social media feeds, is the mountain of debt they're buried under. That shiny new car. It probably comes with an $800 car payment every single month. A payment that is eating away at their future, that dream home. It is likely a ticking time bomb of a mortgage they can barely afford. This is where you learn money management the hard way. The temptation of debt, whether it is credit cards, car loans, or mortgages, is everywhere. It is a siren song promising instant gratification. I remember almost taking out a $20,000 car loan with zero down, thinking I could handle an $800 monthly payment. Luckily, I did the math and quickly realized it was absolutely not feasible for me. I still drive the same beat-up car I had in high school. It has got 177,000 miles on it. It is not glamorous. It is not shiny. But guess what? I paid it off years ago, meaning I've had zero car payments for most of my adult life. That, my friends, is financial freedom. that is peace of mind. The money anxiety hits differently when it is your responsibility. When your financial future is entirely in your hands, you need to be more cognizant of your decisions. You need to be proactive, not reactive. Every unnecessary purchase, every frivolous expense, is you firing a money-making employee from your personal wealth team. Think about that. Brutal truth. Number 3, you're not special. Ouch, right? That one stings a little. In high school, there is real competition. You enter the workforce, and it is a harsh reality check. There are other people, often younger, hungrier, and more disciplined, who are just better than you. They are willing to put in the hours. They're more motivated. They have a stronger work ethic. It is a brutal truth. There will always be someone smarter, someone stronger, someone richer, someone more experienced. But here is the kicker. Talent doesn't beat consistency, ever. It all goes back to discipline, to creating a routine, to showing up day in and day out. Don't let your ego get the best of you. Because that, my friends, is a fast track to failure. The world doesn't reward potential. It rewards output. It rewards results. As one of my favorite quotes goes, a winner is just somebody who tried one more time. So, as a 20-something, what do? You get disciplined. You create a routine. You start investing, even if it is just $25 a week. You start building your assets, whether that is real estate, a business, or a diversified investment portfolio. You start building new skills, not just one, but multiple. Because skill stacking is your superpower. Your work ethic, your discipline, your relentless pursuit of self-improvement. These are the things that will set you apart, not some inherent talent you think you possess. Brutal truth number 4. Most people around you will stay average. This one is a tough pill to swallow, but it is essential for your growth. If you've entered the workforce, you've probably already noticed it. Your friend groups, they start to splinter, they diverge. I can literally count on one hand the number of friends I still regularly talk to from high school or even college. It is just the natural progression of life. You have certain time periods where you're friends with certain people, and then for whatever reason, they fall out of your life. Some people, they level up, they grow, they evolve, and then you'll see others, your old friends, your old acquaintances. They stay stagnant, they crash, they fall off the edge of the earth, and you might never hear from them again. In my early 20s, I definitely went through this. There is that party phase, where everyone just wants to have fun. No responsibilities. And then there is the growth phase where you start to get uncomfortable, where you start to realize that partying every weekend isn't sustainable, isn't leading you anywhere productive. Now, I'm not saying partying is inherently bad. I was definitely frugal in my early 20s, but I've also learned to live life. It is okay to enjoy yourself. Time is on our side, in our 20s. But if you continue to live a life where you stay average, and everyone around you stays average, and there is no growth, no challenge, no discomfort, that is where it hurts. You need to outgrow people. You need to be okay with being alone, and being comfortable in your own solitude is one of the greatest self-improvement skills you can ever develop. Growth can feel isolating, absolutely. It can feel like you're on an island, but it also feels incredibly empowering when you learn to harness that power. When you realize your focus, your drive, your vision doesn't need external validation. Choose your environments carefully, protect your focus, and don't let anyone, not even your closest friends, pull you back into mediocrity. Brutal truth. Number 5. Time moves faster than you think. I'm 25 now, and let me tell you, time, it is a mischievous little devil. It moves so quickly, faster than you could ever imagine. I remember being in college, graduating high school. It feels like yesterday, and yet, years have blurred together in a blink of an eye. 30, it feels so far away until suddenly it is not. It is literally right around the corner, staring you in the face. This blurring of years, this acceleration of time, it creates this dangerous trap. This idea that you can put things off. Oh, I'll start next year, you tell yourself. I'll start investing next month. I'll learn that new skill when I have more time. That, my friends, is the biggest lie you will ever tell yourself. And it is a trap. It needs to start today. Right now, the money you invest, the assets you build, the skills you acquire, it all compounds over time. Every single day, every single week, every single month, it all adds up. And remember, years blur together. Time blurs, regret, my friends, builds quietly. It is a silent killer. You never want to reach 45 or 55 and look back with a heavy heart thinking, man, I really wish I did that, or I really wish I at least tried. It is your small daily actions, those seemingly insignificant choices you make every single day, that shape your day, that shape your week, that ultimately shape your decade. Your 20s don't define you, not entirely, but how you use them. That absolutely does. Now, I'm not saying you need to have everything figured out by the time you hit 30. God knows I certainly don't. And I'm still learning every single day, but what I do have, what I can confidently say, is that I have direction, I have discipline, and I have self-awareness. Most people don't fail because they're incapable. They fail because they drift, they lose sight of their destined path, They're not setting goals, they're getting sidetracked by shiny objects, by distractions, by the endless noise of the modern world. Your 20s are less about having all the answers, because, let's be real, the answers will come. Eventually, it is more about building the daily and disciplined habits, the unwavering routines, so you can create those answers in the future. If you're in this phase right now, feeling lost, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like you're swimming against the current, you are not alone, but you are responsible. You are the one who has to show up. You are the one who has to put in the work. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed this dose of brutal honesty, leave a like, leave a comment telling me your biggest 20-something struggle, and of course subscribe for more unfiltered financial wisdom. Stay boring, stay patient, peace.